Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tori and today we're going to flip through my 2022 October Daily album. So I used a Heidi Swap notebook for this album, and I cut out October Daily with my Cricut with some vinyl and then a bat that I trimmed out 2022 in the actual Cricut program for my cover page. And then this washi tape here is going to be from Paper Minty Studio last year. If you see anything in my setup that you're interested in knowing where it was from, please leave me a comment down below and I will see if that item is A, still available, and B, if it is, I will get that link for you. So on my first page here, I created a kind of daily prompts list. I actually have a video, I did this on my channel, so I have a video for this that I will link down below if you're interested in seeing it. It was a image that I created in Procreate. There is numbers underneath this piece of washi tape right here, but I found that I wasn't actually using those numbers, so I just stuck a piece of washi tape over it. I also had an October calendar that I pasted in the front of this notebook, and I basically wrote kind of little events and stuff that happened throughout the month on this calendar. Going into my actual daily pages, my first page was a bucket list that I created. I also did this in Procreate. Left myself a spot to mark off if we actually did those things. For prompt number two, I did favorite Halloween movie, and I had put on here Hocus Pocus and Nightmare Before Christmas. You'll see these beginning pages. This was the first time I've ever done this project, so my skill definitely evolves throughout the notebook, I feel like. Prompt 3, I did favorite Halloween drink, and it was a homemade pumpkin cream cold brew. For number 4, I did my favorite fall snack, and on here I did roasted pumpkin seeds and praline crunch, and then fused two photos together because I use the same pan when I make these. So I fused two photos together so that the pumpkin seeds were on this side and the praline crunch was on this side. I really like the way this one came out. For number 5, I documented something orange, and then just wrote about this new little piece of Halloween decor that I purchased last year. For number 6, I just documented the weather for these days. I highlighted the days, and I have this adhered down here with a little Velcro circle so that because this was just flopping all over the place, so it's Velcroed down there. For number 7, I documented my favorite sweater. And for number 8, I documented some Halloween haul items, some crafty items that I purchased last year, things to do with the kids or by myself. I've got like a kit that I purchased down here, some crafty pieces that I purchased to do with the kids, a little pumpkin that we could carve. So I just documented essentially some crafty Halloween related stuff from last year. For number 9, I documented what I was currently crafting, and it was these paper bats that I used my Cricut to cut out, and I taped these to our wall last year. For story number 10, this one is, I think, the first one where I really started getting creative, because everything else, aside from maybe this one, wasn't super like functional. It wasn't super functional, so for this one, I did a hidden pocket, and I documented 10 of my favorite things on this little card here. And then if you flip it over, it's just a list of 10 of my favorite things at the time last year. I think I'm going to do this one again this year, potentially, because I would like to see the change from last year to this year and see if those things are still my favorite things. For story number 11, I documented spooky reading before bed. So here I was sitting in bed. We had a movie on in the background, and I just took a picture of the book that I was reading. For story number 12, I documented doing one of those crafty projects with the kids. This one is the one where they were painting the little wooden masks. And this one also has a flip up, so I could put more pictures. So there's 3 pictures total on this one. For story number 13, this was a nature walk. And all of these flip up. So there is a total of 13 pictures on this page, I think. And then also behind here, I have some hidden journaling as well. For story 14, I documented making s'mores, like s'mores dip type thing that I found online last year. We made it. It was really good. And then this spooky card is actually a little pull-out, and this is the journaling that I did for that s'mores dip. And it just tucks right in there behind the photo. For story number 15, I documented more current favorites, but these were more items. So like I put on here like my iPad, Kindle Unlimited, a cozy blanket, stamps, puzzles, my favorite CD that I was listening to or album that I was listening to. These favorites are different than the favorites that were in the last spread. For story 16, I documented currently cooking and documented these lemon bars that I make usually once, maybe twice a year. For story 17, I documented my currentlies, and all of these little icons are on top of a little door of sorts. I used some really thin paper to do this, so it doesn't feel like it's very sturdy. Like I could rip this if I pulled hard enough. But I just used my X-Acto knife and cut out a little rectangle, and then used my bone folder to kind of fold it over so they'll open and close. And I documented what my favorite album was, or what I was currently listening to, what I was currently reading, and what I was currently playing, and the ratings that I gave those games. And then I also used those little Velcro circles to keep these shut as well, because these were kind of flopping around. For story 18, I just documented a picture of our very tiny front porch and our Halloween decorations that we had put out. For story number 19, I actually took inspiration from Dearly D here on YouTube. She had a video of creating a tag pocket for her videos or current movies that she was watching. So I documented all of the movies that we watched in October, and all of these movie covers come out. So I put the movie cover on top of a piece of just regular cardstock, and then on the back I put the date that we watched the movie, the rating that we would have given the movie, and like a little tiny review for each one. I'm not going to pull all of them out. These two I just pulled out because they're the easiest to put back in. So for instance, The Nightmare Before Christmas, my kids were obsessed with this movie last year, so we watched it literally every single day of October. But yeah, I really, really love the way that this particular spread came out. For story number 20, I documented creating little Halloween treat bags for my son's class. For story 21, I asked everybody in the house what their favorite thing about Halloween was. And then I took those answers. I got these little gravestone images off of Cricut Access, and then wrote on top of them the age, who it was, and what their favorite thing they said was for the year. So there's one for myself, my husband, and the 3 kids. And then since there's 5 of us, I used the last side as just a little place for a decoration, and I think that worked out really perfectly, and just pasted in here a little glassine bag for my little pocket to hold them in. For story number 22, are we already on 22? Oh goodness. For story number 22, I did a similar thing. I asked everybody in the house what their favorite candy was, and got an answer from each of us, and then kind of wrote them in their own little sections, and then just took a picture of all of the candy that we had laying around the house and kind of placed it in the album. This one I did as another kind of, I'd like to see what the answer is over the years. So this is probably another one that I will do again this year. For story number 24, I actually titled this one Pressed Love. When we went on our nature walk, the one that was documented back here, and there's even like little photos of it, the kids picked me some flowers. So I kept those flowers and I brought them home, and I actually pressed them in a flower press. So I documented those flowers, and I'm just so happy with how well they've held up, because it's been a year now that they've been in this book. So, and they still look fantastic. And then I have a little bit of journaling over here about how the kids love to bring me flowers and how I've started pressing them so that I can document them with all the things that I document. For story number 25, I just documented Luna and how she just loves being a spooky girl. So she found these vampire teeth and begged me, like full on, had her hands like this, like on her knees, like begging me to open them for her before Halloween so she could walk around the house and be a vampire. So, and then number 26, I think I was documenting this sweater. Yes, I was documenting this sweater and how much I loved that I could either wear it like down or up, depending on if I'm wearing it to work or if I'm just wearing it with like a pair of leggings. I could dress it down or dress it up. For story number 27, I was talking about Halloweens of the past. So I stamped the year each of these photos were taken from 2019 and up. I believe 2019 was the first year that we actually participated in like trick-or-treating. So I've got all of those here, little pictures from years past. Story number 28 is documenting coffee and my new little ghosty mug and what my current favorite coffee was at this time last year. Story number 29 is about our jack-o'-lantern and pumpkin carving. So this spans across the two spreads, and it opens up here to have pictures of each of us with our hands in the pumpkin guts on this side, and then just the kids being really cute and making faces with the pumpkins. For story number 30, my son's birthday is in October, so I documented him over the years, so as he was growing. And then one of these, this one up here pulls out to show my journaling for and about my son. And then the last spread that I have here is this whole page and then this little flippy page. This pulls out, this was actually something that I messed up that I just decided to leave in as like a little tag, because if you don't pull it all the way out, you don't really see the mess up portion of it. So I just left it in here. I know I can't get it to go back in. So this just has a big die cut. I believe this was a printable that says Happy Halloween. I used up the rest of my puffy stickers that I had, and then documented the kids' costumes. So Oliver was Jack Skellington and Luna was Wonder Woman. This was them together. And then I have another picture back here with our family friend that went trick-or-treating with us. I did not write any journaling yet on here. Something that I've needed to do for a while obviously, but I still haven't done that yet. But this is the last page that I have in this journal, and I believe I only ended with 3 blank pages at the end. So I was pretty proud of myself. I think I did very good, and you can definitely see the progression of me being more comfortable actually doing the project with my layouts. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. If you made it to the end of my video, leave me a pumpkin emoji down in the comments and let me know what your favorite spread was. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!